Welcome to this video which takes a look at the top 5 LANGuardian tips. My name is Darragh Delaney from Netfort. The first one is to take a look at the search option at the top here, and there's multiple ways you can use it. Firstly, if I click the drop down here, I can search based on an IP, username, file name or website. So I could type in Bill, for example, and go search. What I didn't get back is a list here of what applications the user's using, any events they're triggering on the network, what websites they're visiting, what files they're accessing. If I click on file shares here, I get further information about the files they're accessing and what folders. And under internet activity, I get more drill down here on the type of, like for example, somebody's here on this bill is on Microsoft and they're downloading IE9, it looks like, so it's probably a Windows update they're getting in there from in fact I see here in Google, looks like they're playing some video, possibly YouTube and other interesting information. Actually it is YouTube because I see YouTube mentioned further here. So if I've got a username or an IP address, I can use that data to pivot and find out what is happening. I could also choose the time period. I left the default there 24 hours. Another interesting thing you could do here is you could search for a particular report. Like you just type in top, for example. You can see things like top clients, top DNS servers, top packet generators. So you can use the search here to find the report that you're looking for. So search is a fantastic place to start, especially if you've got a piece of data, if you've got a username or an IP address and you need to find out more, use the search feature for that. Now what if we want to customize LANGuardian, and brings us on to our second tip, which is how to create a custom report. LANGuardian comes with a default report set, quite an extensive report set which you can access here through all reports or through the search. But what if we want to tailor one of these reports? Now, security top network events is really important report. Always have that on your dashboard or get it as an email report. If I run this report, I can see a list of all security type events, whether it be malware, BitTorrent, scanning, so really security issues that I need to take a look at. But I don't want too many events. I only want to see these priority 1 events that could potentially take my network down. So I want to create a new report with a filter to only show priority 1 events. So just click show more here, and under priority type in number 1 and run the report. That looks better. Then from the actions here, choose duplicate report and give it a name. So I'm going to call it all priority 1 events and just give it a description like P1 events. Okay, save that. Another option is to save it as a trend, which we'll come to in a second. So we call it all priority 1 events and create a trend. So now that I've created my report, how can I find that, or where is it located? Well, there's a few ways to find it. First, you can go back, use the search, just type in priority. There it is there. So that's my new report and I can run it anytime I want, change the time period if I want. Or if you click all reports, you'll see it listed here under my reports, so all priority 1 events. And that brings us now on to the third tip, which is how do you modify a dashboard or create dashboards? Well, the LANGuardian, the standard version comes with 5 dashboards. Now if you need more, contact our support team. We're in updates down the in future updates, we're looking at increasing that, but for the moment there's 5 dashboards. But again, if it is a major problem, just contact our support team. I'm going to modify my network security dashboard because I don't want this all events, I just want my priority 1 events. So we click on the edit option here and we want to take out top events. Just delete that out and just type in priority here. There's my all priority events, which is added in there. And we also have the trend, and we add that in. Now I'm going to move that up here to the top, and I'm going to put the trend up here as well. Simply then we then I'm going to change the width. I'm going to go for 720 wide, slightly of a wide monitor. Save that. Okay, now I don't have any data here just yet. It'll take a couple of minutes, but I now on my security dashboard I have a trend showing me the how often or the rate of which priority 1 events are being generated, and the second one actually lists those priority 1 events. Now a trend graph, just to give you an example here, looks like this. So it shows the total amount of traffic or total number of events that have been recorded to the database over time, and you can drill down by just clicking on it. So again, it'll take a couple of minutes for that to update, but that is how you can add a custom report and how you can then modify a dashboard and put that up so that you could tailor LANGuardian to meet your own requirements. The fourth tip when it comes to using LANGuardian is to do with maintenance. So if you ever want to check out your sensors, are they still working? Are you getting traffic in? You click on the sensors here at the top, and here then we can see how my sensors are performing or operating. So I can see the interface, I can see that it's up, I can see how much data is coming in, whether the span is working, and if the IDS traffic monitoring engines are running. So all looks well there. Now I have a red tick here and I've got some exclamation marks. Now this is our PCAP sensor. It's not running against live traffic, so it doesn't have these processes running, so that's okay. So you will see NA or an X if you're using NetFlow or PCAP type sensors. You also have a diagnostic or a status alert up here, which tells us things like, well, I'm running the trial version here, which is okay, but it also tells me that my identity module, or Active Directory in my case, is not configured. So I have the option to go in and configure Active Directory integration. I can add a domain. And that does bring us on to the last, the fifth tip, which is do check your Active Directory configuration. So in my case, I haven't it set up here. Click on Add Domain, put in username, password, domain IP address, press search, save the domain controllers, and that allows LANGuardian to query the event log so that it can pull back usernames. So there are the top 5 tips for using LANGuardian. So remember, the search box up here is a fantastic place to start. If you've got an IP address, a username, you want to find a report, that's the place to be. If you find that our reports need some tweaking, you want to filter the data a bit more, well then select a report, put more filters on it, save it, and then add it to your dashboards, whatever. So here's my, actually I modified this system here, which isn't updated yet, but here's a security event report which is showing top events. So you can tailor that to match your requirements, modify the dashboards, change the widths. As you can see, this dashboard now is wider, so it fits my screen. And also from a maintenance point of view, just if you're adding sensors, just check and make sure they're getting data. And if you have Active Directory, just go in and make sure that you've set it up and that all your domain controllers are listed. If you have any other questions about LANGuardian, if you go to our website, netfort.com, you can contact our support team there, or you can also access our forum where lots of questions are answered and lots more tips are published there on a weekly basis.